Hello everybody, my name is Kyle, and in this video I'm going to be showing you the basics of Sony Vegas. Now we're talking about the basics of the basics. We're not going to go into much advanced recording, but there'll probably be another video about that down the road a little ways. But this one is just going to be your basic editing features, you know, trimming clips, splitting clips, just your basic putting video onto the timeline and editing it. Okay, so first of all, you're going to go to your Explorer, which is right here, and you're going to find your video files wherever you may have them saved. Mine are right here in my storage drive, and it's under Vegas Tut, which is Vegas Tutorial. And then I have these 3 video clips right here. Now, if I want to play any of these video clips, you simply have to hit right-click, Play Media, and it will show up right here, and it will play the clip that you have without actually putting it on the timeline, so you can just preview it. Okay, but I want all 3 of these on the timeline, so we're just going to hold down Shift, put them all right there. This is just a setting question. Normally you want to hit yes here. Okay, there you go. Now I have all 3 videos onto what is called the timeline. The timeline is going to be your best friend. This is where all the editing happens. This is where you work with your layers. This is where the magic happens, so to speak. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to edit, we're going to watch this first clip a little bit and see what we got going on here. Okay, so basically it's just a video of 2 people talking, and it's getting pretty boring, so I don't want it to be that long. I want to split it right where I have this cursor. Now, right here, where my mouse is your like navigation kind of. It's where you are in the video. And basically what we're going to do is hit S to split it right there, okay? So that's split these into 2 different clips. So I can take this one now and move it wherever I want to. It's not connected to that first one. Okay, so since that was getting a little long and boring, we're just going to delete the rest of that one. Simply hit the delete key and it'll delete it for you. Okay, so now we have this clip shortened down to just kind of the beginning of the conversation. And now I want to go to my next clip. So what we're going to do is, after that's done, that's a good stopping spot. We're going to take this one and bring it over here and just line it up right next to that other one. Okay. Oh, to zoom in, you can just scroll on your mouse too, by the way. You get nice up and close, make sure this is lined up perfect, not overlapping. And then we'll watch the transition to make sure it's fluid. Bam, right into the next clip. Okay, so this clip, we're just kind of zooming in on my friend Mike's face. So what we'll do for this one is we will speed it up a little bit. Now, slow motion and fast motion are some tools that you're really going to want to utilize in the video editing process. So in Vegas, in order to either speed up or slow down a clip, you hold Control, and then you grab the end of the clip here, and you can either stretch it out, which that will make it slow motion, or compress it, which speeds it up. So let's watch the sped up version now. See? We got a much faster zoom in, so it's not as long and boring. Okay, but even with that, we have Jesse who walked in the frame here, and say we don't want him in the frame. So instead of just splitting the clip and deleting the other half like we did the first time, we can just grab the end of our clip here without hitting Control or anything, because that'll work with your speeding up and slowing down like I said before. And we're just going to trim it right to this marker where we have here. So that'll just make the clip just of Mike zooming in on his face. Not very exciting. Okay, now we will bring in the last clip. Now I'm going to watch it real quick to see what we actually have going on here. I believe it's just a couple of people talking again. Okay, so pretty simple clip. Let's say that we want it to fade in on this clip. Or how about this? We want it to fade out on the last clip and fade into this one. Okay? So this is a pretty easy thing to do. You grab up here on the corner of the last clip you want to fade out, and this is your fade out right here. You can just pull it as long as you want it to fade out. You have complete control of how violent you want the fade out to be. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this other one real close to it so it has a little blank space in the middle though, because that'll keep it dark, so it'll fade out into darkness and then fade back in out of the darkness. So in order to do the fade in, it's the same thing, just you grab it on the front of the clip here, and you just drag it over here for your fade in. So that'll look like this. Let's watch. Fade out, little blackness, fade in. I mean, just little things like that are what's going to make the difference between a good video and a bad video. You're either going to have these violent clipping sequences, or you're going to have smooth fades, which are helpful in the editing industry. Okay, so another thing you might want to do when working with video is, I've learned over the years that the best videos are the videos with the best sound. So, you know, just a soundtrack can make a video go from extremely boring to extremely lively just by adding some music. So we're going to go back to our Explorer here, which we're already in, and I'm going to go to a file where I have some music, which would be right here. And then we're just going to put one of these, just drag it right beneath all the rest of the clips, and that will create a new audio layer for your music. Okay, so now if we play from the beginning, we have that music in the background, which you probably can't hear, but it's there, which makes it more dramatic, can make it more, it really sets the mood for whatever you want your video to have in it, whether it's, you know, more serious like do-do-do, or more happy, uplifting like do-do-do-do-do. So that's that makes a big difference in videos. As you can see, our audio track here is way longer than our videos are. So we are going to split with S again, that audio track, and delete the excess. Okay, so now I have this video down here, but I want a title and some credits at the end. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to come up here to the top, and we're going to select the Selection Edit tool. This will let you drag and select multiple clips at once. And once you've selected multiple clips, you can move them all as a whole, which is very helpful, because if you try moving them one at a time, you'll lose your place, or it's just a hassle. And so it's easier just to move them all at once. Okay, once we've moved those, to make room for the title, we're going to go back to the normal edit, and then you're going to go to Insert, and then you're going to go to, hold on, let me have to deselect that. Now we're going to go to Insert, Text Media. Okay, this will open up our text editor, Video Media Generator, Sony Titles and Text. That's what it's actually called. And then you can write whatever you want here. Change the font. You can add animation. You can change the background color, the text color. You can do all sorts of stuff with this. And like I said, we can probably go into that in another video. But this is just the basics. So we're just going to put. We're just going to write in the beginning. And as you can see, I went a little bit over there. So what we're going to do is we're going to highlight this and make the text a little bit smaller so it all fits in the same frame. And then, even then, you can just make it as big as you want by dragging it here. Did I spell beginning right? I don't get it either. But anyways, you get the gist of it. Okay, so after that, you can exit out of this, and then your text will just play in the beginning, even though I'm pretty sure I did not spell beginning right. And then right here, you can change how long you want that to be. I wouldn't have them any more than like 7 seconds, because people can read faster than that. So that's something you have to take into consideration. We're going to go back up here to our selection tool, select all of these, and bring them over where we need them, right next to that clip. And then we're going to go back to the normal editor, go to the end, and we're going to insert another text media at the end here, and it's going to say the end. Okay? So there. Just like that, we have a video, and to preview your video, you can hit here to preview on, well, I have 2 monitors, so I'll preview on the external monitor, which you won't be able to see because I'm not recording the external monitor. But you can hit that button to preview full screen your video. You can also just adjust this to make it bigger or smaller. Okay? So after you have your video done, well, you should be saving periodically, but I haven't been because this is just an example video. But what you want to do is save, mine are all just in the videos file, which is pretty straightforward, and we're going to say tutorial, which I spelled wrong, but I don't really care, and we're going to save it. So there you go. Now you can open this back up and start editing it, you know, right from where you have it, which is good to know, which is pretty straightforward, but it's good to know anyways. So once your video is done, you're going to want to go to File and Render As. This is going to allow you to put your video into a video format, so you can put it on, say, YouTube, or you can watch it on your computer later without it being in Sony Vegas. You can export. There's so many different export options in Vegas. It's wonderful. For this one, we're just going to do a Internet HD 720. Select the file you want it to go to. I don't want it to go to there. I want it to go somewhere else, so I'm going to put it in Documents, okay? MP4. Sure. Render. And that will start rendering the video. So those are your basic Vegas functions. Putting media on the timeline, putting music in, putting in text, splitting video, fade outs, fade ins, slow motion. Just the basic functions you're going to use. Once you get those things down and you start working with it a little bit, getting more used to it, you're going to want to do more, and like event pans and crops and entering in like effects and special effects and green screens, all that good stuff. And that'll be covered in another video probably. So that's the basics. Thank you for watching. I'm Kyle. Yeah, that's about it, isn't it? Yeah. So see you guys later.